Welcome to the IRS Whisperer podcast. This podcast is designed for tax professionals with a spin toward IRS representation. My name is Dan Henn, and I'm a CPA CTR. New episodes will drop weekly on Thursdays. Each week we'll be giving you exciting material to help the tax pro in their tax practice. That's assuming you can say exciting and taxes in the same sentence. On the IRS Whisperer podcast, each episode will cover 3 different areas of a tax practice. We will present the marketing moment, which will cover various topics in marketing or sales to help you generate more clients and revenue in your business. The world of practice management will give you suggestions on how to better run your tax practice. We will also cover our technical time that will cover some of the latest changes or tips, tricks to help you in handling your IRS representation cases. So I'm so glad you are here and hope you enjoy the show. Now, on to today's episode. Welcome to the show. Today, I want to talk about a few marketing things. I actually have a mastermind group that I work with. We had our meeting today, and each meeting we have what we call a hot seat. And when we have these hot seats, today the topic was talking about various different marketing things. So I started talking about various marketing ideas, suggestions, things that they should be looking at, things that are simple for most practices to do. Then I asked them when they had their hot seat time to give me what they're actually doing, and actually came out with some good ideas that I thought I would share with you. Now keep in mind, whether you have a tax practice and you do tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, you do representation of collections, exam, notice response, so either or both, all of these can apply to you in your practice. So here's the first one. And I thought this was actually pretty cool. So if you attend a church, synagogue, a mosque, or anything of that nature, see if they have opportunities for you to add something in a bulletin or some flyer announcements, even if they have emails that you can do. Most churches will charge some small amount for putting these ads in there. It's a little extra revenue for them, but it's great exposure for you and your practice. Next one, and this is actually very important. There's 2 different aspects from this that I want to talk about. One is client referrals. The first thing is, if you know for certain that your client is happy with you, you've just recently provided a service, they've communicated to you, they were excited, they showed some emotion of, hey, they were grateful, thankful for what you did and what you provided to them, then that's a good time for 2 things that you need to ask for. 1, ask for reviews and testimonials, preferably a link to your Google review. Ask for a 5-star Google review. The other option is to ask them if they have any family members, friends, business associates that they would be happy to refer to you and your practice. Now, I know that's difficult for many of us because it appears to many of us as being sort of salesy, almost sleazy, sort of that, as we define the used car salesman type of person. But I guarantee you that if you ask, it's not going to be everybody. They're not going to know everybody off the top of their head. But if you give it to them and think about it, and you keep asking, not hounding them asking, but ask them now, ask them the next time you see them, hey, did you think about anybody? I'd be happy to work with them. I'd love to give credit. And if you have a good referral system, you can offer them either discounts to your services, gift cards to other businesses, especially if you can do gift cards to other existing clients. Don't discount the use of newsletters. And when I talk newsletters, really what I'm talking about is paper newsletters, something you're actually mailing to your clients. The paper newsletter is a great way to get information. It doesn't have to be anything large. It could be 2 pages, just 1 page front and back, something you can fold and stick in an envelope, or it can be a 4-page newsletter. And there's plenty of sites that you can go out and get material that you can use. You can license that material to use in newsletters. It's not that difficult to write a few articles. Make sure that you're personal in this, and make sure that it's not all technical jargon either. Put a joke, put a recipe, put some health tip, any type of different things about what's going on that would help with your newsletter. The goal is to stay in front of your clients and prospects. And don't forget to tell your existing clients other services that you offer. I can't tell you how many times I've had where I've prepared a return, didn't stop to think that this person didn't have the wherewithal to pay their tax bill. And they ended up telling me later, oh, well, I went and hired this attorney or this EA to help get them into a payment plan, where I could have easily helped them because I handle representation type of work. Or they didn't know they should come to me with a notice they received. These are things that you need to make sure you're doing. You have to remind them of the existing services. This is the time of the year where you should be sending out emails that say, hey, it's the time of year for tax planning. It's the time to do quarterly reviews for bookkeeping. These types of things are some of the marketing tips you could do. We talked about speaking at length. Basically, there are plenty of places that you can go out and speak. There are plenty of real estate offices, doctors' offices. There are associations of all of these doctors, attorneys, manufacturing, the chamber. Everybody's always looking for speakers. And if you've got a good speech, especially if you handle representation type work, you can speak on general tax topics, but always make sure that you remind them that you handle collections issues, audit notices, any other types of notices, help them with that work that is out there. In summary, make sure that you're communicating as much as you can with your existing clients, because as Dan Kennedy, one of the great marketing minds, says, it's always cheaper to sell to an existing client than it is to go find a new client, which is very true. So use those existing tools, resources that you have out there to generate new business from existing clients, upgrade them to a different plan, add a different service. I mean, even if it's simple as, hey, you offer tax prep for a business, now offer bookkeeping and payroll. Maybe you put a package together, something that they're going to step up and start paying you more for this service and throw in some extra access to you and a bunch of different things. I'm going to be working on actually putting together a template for tax professionals to be able to put packages together with different options, things that you can use to help formulate that with different ideas. Then when you take that, you can use that to create your landing pages. You can create a cheat sheet for you in the office, or something that you can hand to clients as they meet with you, send it in an email, something of that nature that you can make them aware of different packages and stories that they have. Now, having said that, I hope you learned something from today. I hope that you would communicate with me. Let me know what kind of marketing ideas, suggestions that you have. There are some people that have some really good ideas. These were just the ones from my mastermind members that we talked about, and that's only a few. There's a lot more that we talked about, more that I talked on the webinar, teaching them some different, going into a little bit more depth of what some of the marketing tips. So I would love to hear what you have going on. And until next time, you have a great day. Thank you for listening to our show. We hope you received some valuable information to help you in your tax practice. The IRS Whisperer is sponsored by the Tax Resolution Academy. If you have any questions you'd like to see addressed on the show, or comments to help us make it better, please reach out to us on social media. Follow us or download our shows on your favorite podcast app. Tune in to our next episode, where we'll give you some more exciting information to help you grow your practice.